Welcome again to our reading of the Greek New Testament, and we're reading Matthew's Gospel, chapter 26, and we're up to verse 47. Kaieti autou laluntos idou Iudas hes ton dodeka eilthen kaimet autou oklos polus meta mekairon kai xulon apoton archihieron kai presbyteron tu lau. So we begin with a genitive absolute. So while he was still speaking, the he being Jesus here, idu, behold, Judas, Judas, one of the 12, Aelthen came, and Polus Oclus, a great crowd with him, metamachairon, with swords, kai xulon, often rendered as cudgels, but it's a rather old word now. It simply means wooden clubs. It's connected with the word for wood, zulon. So with wooden clubs from the chief priests and elders of the people. Hode paradidus auton edoken autois semeon legon. Hon an phileso autos esti, cratesiti auton. But the one betraying him, that is Judas of course, gave, edoken from didomi, gave him a sign for them. So he gave Jesus a sign for them, that is for this group of chief priests and elders, legon, saying, hon an phileso. Now phileo is often just translated as I love, but the original meaning of phileo was to kiss, and you do get that from time to time in the New Testament. So here we have phileo meaning I kiss. So whomever I will kiss, autos estin, it is he. So the Greek always does things slightly back to front, so we would say, he is the one whom I will kiss. Kratesiti auton, arrest him. So kratios, to get hold of, hence has the sense of arrest, get power over, get control over, so arrest him. Kaiuthios proselthon to Jesu apen. Kaire rabbi, kai katephiles en auton. And immediately, having come to Jesus, he said, Hail, Rabbi. Interesting choice here that the writer uses rabbi here in this sense. This is from kataphileo, which is just a stronger form of phileo, and he kissed him. Hodiesus epen auto, and Jesus said to him, Hetire ef ho pare. Interesting word. So Jesus said to him, now heteros is friend or comrade. It's often used of just in classical Greek of one's mate. So heteros. So my friend, ho pare. Now pare is from paresti. This is the second person. You are present. Ho, probably for what purpose? So it's a bit like why. So for what thing are you present? So why are you here? Tote prosilthontes epibalon taskaras epiton Iesun kai kretesan auton. And at that time they, coming towards him, epelebon, from epilambano, literally they threw their hands against him. So we would say they laid hands upon, and we get a repetition of the epi here in the verb here. So they laid hands upon Jesus and they arrested him. They took control of him. Kai idu hes ton meti Jesu ektenas ten kera, apes basin ten makairan autu, kai pataxas ton dulon to archihireos, ephelon autu to otion. And behold, one of those with Jesus, ektenas, having stretched out his hand, apesparsen, this is from apospao. Spao is to draw something out, to lift out. So this is the apo. So apospao here, he drew his makairon, his sword. Kai pataxas, from patasso, is to strike. And having struck the slave of the chief priest, aphalen, aorist from aphireo. Hireo is to take, so it's literally to take away his ear. So having done all that, he cut off, we would say, his ear. It's literally removed his ear. Otion is a diminutive. The normal word for ear is ous, otos, but you get this diminutive form otion, formed from the root. Toti legei to Iesus, and at that time Jesus says to him, apostrepson ten makaran su es ten topon autes. This is an imperative from apostrepho, literally turn away your sword. So we would say put away your sword, but it's literally turn away your sword, es ton topon, into its place. And it's feminine, of course, because makaira is a feminine noun, into its place. Pantas gar hoi labontes makairon en makaire apoluntai. For all those having taken a makairon, a sword, apoluntai, future, from apolumi, they will perish. And here's this instrumental use of en, by the sword. En often has that instrumental sense. So, for all those who have taken the sword will perish by the sword. E dokes hoti udunamai parakalesai ton parteramu kai parastese moi arti pleo dodeca legionas angelon. Or, and it's a question, and do you realize, and we get it, it's all negated here, and so we would English turn it around the other way and say, do you not realize, do you not think that I am able? It's literally, do you think that I am not able? So in English we'd say, do you not think that I am able, parakalesai, to call my father, to call upon my father, kai parastase, and he will station, he will place beside, so he will station for me, arti now, pleo, more, so it's more than 12 legions of angels. Pos un plerothosin hi graphai hotihutos de genesthai. Another question, how therefore will the scriptures, would the scriptures, it's subjunctive here, be fulfilled, from pleroo, this is aorist passive subjunctive, that it is necessary to be thus. So that this must necessarily take place. Literally, that it is necessary to be thus, to turn out in this way. Enekene te hora epin Iesus tois oculus, and in that hour Jesus said to the crowds, Hos epileistein ex aeltheti meta makairon kai xulon sulabain me. So again we have a question. So in that hour Jesus said to the crowds, thus ex aeltheti, have you come, epileiste. Now a leistes is a robber. It's a first declension masculine noun, leistes, a robber or thief. So as against a robber have you come out with swords and clubs. Sul labain is the aorist infinitive from sul lambano, which has a range of meanings, one of which is to arrest. It's a more classical usage of sul lambano, to arrest. So to arrest me. Kath hemeran en to hero, kathedzomen didaskon kai uk ekratesity me. Kathameron, every day, so daily in the temple. Kathes domain, this is a imperfect here, so I used to sit teaching so every day I used to sit teaching in the temple, and you did not arrest me. Tuto de holin gegonin, hina plerothosin hygraphai ton propheton. But this, but all of this, gegonin, has happened, perfect from Ginamai, in order that the scriptures of the prophets might be fulfilled. Again, we have an aorist passive subjunctive here. Toti hoi methetai pantes aphentes auton ephragon. And at that time all the disciples, aphentes from aphiemi, having deserted him, having gone away. Aphiemi's got a whole range of meanings, but here it's in the sense of having left him, having deserted him. Ephragon, aorist from fugo, they fled. And that's the next section of chapter 26.